Welcome to I Just Watched. I'm Joseph. We're discussing Rebel Moon Part 1, a Netflix original from the mind of Zack Snyder. And before I jump into it, spoiler warning just in case you haven't seen it, but Part 1 is on Netflix. Part 2 I think comes out in April, if I remember correctly. I was definitely excited for this. I love the fact that there was a little story behind it where he, I guess, had an idea, pitched it to Disney for a Star Wars film, and they're like, no thank you. And he was like, bet, I'll go to Netflix and talk to them, and then this is what we're getting. Conceptually, cool. And the same thing I had going into any Zack Snyder movie. The story. If it's an original story, if it's something that he's bringing to life, I was worried that the story wouldn't be clear or comprehensive enough to pull you in. That's something that to me happens a lot with him. I am a fan of him. I mean, he has signature shots, signature looks. One thing you can almost always rely on is that there's things that are going to look beautiful and there's going to be a slow motion shot of that. Saying that, because in this movie, Rebel Moon Part 1, there is an ungodly amount of unnecessary slow motion because for no reason, it took me out. It was bugging the shit out of me. I know he was gonna do it in specific moments. I didn't think this movie's gonna be 2 hours and 15 minutes because 30 minutes of this whole was in slow motion from different angles, ruining any attempt at a good fight scene because he's choreographed good shit before. So I was like, cool, at the very least it's gonna be pretty, it's gonna be fun, fight's gonna be dope, there's characters and actors in this that I love, hopefully bringing characters to life that I love. That didn't happen. Great actors in this. The story conceptually could be great, but it flopped miserably. I think this movie's not bad, but it's mediocre as fuck, which makes it bad. I'm glad it's a Netflix movie, as in I didn't have to go out of my way to the movie theater to watch this. I didn't have to go pay, 20 something bucks because I always do Dolby. That's on me. But I didn't have to go pay that to go see this and be disappointed. I watched it at home and I was like, damn, I mean, I hope part 2's better, but all this talent, all these characters, this searching, this giant MacGuffin of we need to find people. We found them. Everyone dies except for the villain, and the way they brought him back, like we knew he was coming back, but it felt lazy. And he took inspiration from a plethora of fantastical items. Again, usually is not an issue if it's done well, if the movie's well, if the story's well written, it makes sense, and it's a good overall item. That stuff doesn't matter. I think that's cool. I get it. I'd be inspired. I am inspired by stuff. If I was doing a movie, you don't think there's gonna be a moment where I'm like, my favorite part in Harry Potter, my favorite part in Lord of the Rings, my favorite part in Star Wars. They're gonna see it. Understandable. But when you do it and it's just lackluster, then it's a problem. Then it feels lazy. And that's what I got from this movie. It really makes me sad because there's parts of it that are visually beautiful. There are parts of it that are meh visually. And the story makes no real cohesive sense. I get it. It's a space rebellion, and the villain is Ajax. I don't remember his name. I remember the one thing I thought was funny is they got both actors who played the dude in Game of Thrones. And oh my god, when I was telling my brother this, I forgot his name, and I'm forgetting it now. Something the horrors. I remember he had the dagger with the silhouette of a baby girl right there, a female. She was pretty, and he was like, this is my baby. And everyone fell in love with Daenerys. Originally it was Ajax, that actor, but he dropped because he was Ajax, and then we got the replacement. They're both in this movie. It's not important. I just thought it was funny that they were going to have a moment on screen together, which they did. Nothing happened. I would have referenced something, damn it. Like, that was a moment to reference something. Not that rewatchable. I mean, I'm definitely not excited for part 2. I'm going to watch it to finish the story. It felt like Sucker Punch, except Sucker Punch was visually better. And at the end, it kind of sizzled out. This one, it's building up and then just sizzles out. Same thing. So I'm not, again, super enticed for the second one. Not that rewatchable. It was meh at best, sadly. I was hoping for more. I was hoping for something. I wasn't even thinking it was going to be a game changer. I was just hoping it was damn good. But we'll see. Maybe part 2 will be better. At the moment, it doesn't seem like it. But if you disagree, please let me know. What was your favorite moment? Did you like it? Are you excited for part 2? If you completely disagree, let me know why. Because maybe you saw something I missed, and I definitely want to hear that. I did like, PS here, is the robot. I forgot what it was called. He called it a Jimmy. Also, as of late, this is like a sidebar as hell, but I've noticed in recent movies, you know how the villain used to be British and then like Russian, and like now they seem to be just South African because of the accent. It's the accent that usually like picks your villain. I just want to hear your thoughts, comments, questions, concerns. But until next time, stay safe, be well, y con mucho amor. Adios.